welcome back to the third and final day of Ontario Presents Virtual Networking Series 2024. My name is Devanshi Mishra and I'm the Slow Touring Project Coordinator at Ontario Presents. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a practicing dance artist and an arts administrator. I'm your host for this year's Artist Showcase. We're so happy that you're here to join us for our third and sadly, the final day of showcases. Each of the artists you'll see today were selected by a jury of your peers, presenters from the touring arts sector in Ontario. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the lands that Ontario Presents operates on. These lands and waterways were stewarded and taken care of by many Indigenous peoples, including the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, Haudenosaunee peoples from the Six Nations Confederacy of the Grand River, Wendat peoples, and many others. Today's wonderful showcase would not be possible without each artist, agent, and manager. We're also grateful to our funders, the Department of Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, and the Canada Council for the Arts. Today, we will be presenting the works of final 15 spectacular artists from a wide variety of disciplines. Each artist will be presenting a 5-minute pre-recorded video showcase. Closed captions are available for today's presentation. You can view each artist's website, the schedule, and the lineup for each showcase in the digital handout you received and on our website, ontariopresents.ca. Our first presentation of the day, we invite you to dive into the enchanting world of our first artist, Solidaridad Tango, where virtuoso musicians intertwine their artistry to redefine the very essence of passion and power. This all-woman ensemble stands as a beacon of innovation in the world of tango, bringing a fresh, vibrant perspective to a genre steeped in tradition. Solidaridad Tango isn't just a musical ensemble, it's a movement, a testament to the strength, grace, and resilience of women who have conquered the stage with refined artistry. These musicians with diverse backgrounds and influences seamlessly weave their individual styles into a tapestry of sound that is as bold as it is elegant. With concerts that have spanned clubs to halls to international stages, their performances are not merely concerts, they are declarations of strength, unity, and the unyielding power of women's expression. Solidaridad Tango invites you to witness the magic, a symphony of passion and empowerment that transcends boundaries and resonates with the beating heart of tango. Join the movement, join the solidarity.
Friend, I have come to the city with ashes on my lips. The seething rage devours, hunger rips. I crumble all those dreams to sparrows on the street. My life tears to the seam spills at the
Hello, bonjour, Ani, Tansi, Kwe. My name is Aparna Halpe and I am the director of Solidaridad Tango. We are North America's first and only all-women diversity-affirming tango ensemble. So I'm here to tell you about an exciting new tango show that we've got ready for you. Tango Fantasia is a journey from the past to the present of tango. It's going to take you to those dance halls in Buenos Aires, and it is going to bring you to the gritty punk rock of tango as we play it today. We take the show as a 5-person band, but we can also bring it to you with dancers for that special close embrace of life.
Bonjour, je suis Shinju Cho, bandoneoniste coréo-américaine. J'ai hâte de partager avec vous la musique vibrante de Solidaridad Tango. À très bientôt.
At Solidaridad Tango, we play classic and contemporary music, and we focus on works that have been written by women.
Hola, mi nombre es Valeria Matzner y soy la cantante de Solidaridad Tango. Yo vengo originalmente de Uruguay y estoy muy orgullosa de compartir nuestra música en español y en inglés.
Solidaridad was founded in 2021, and in our very first year, we toured Brooklyn, New York, where we played for La Nuestra Tango Festival. At the gala performance, we performed in the historic Roulette Intermedium Auditorium. In 2022, we performed at Tango for Musicians, an international festival that happens biannually at Reed College in Portland, Oregon. In 2023, we launched our debut album, Distancia, and we toured it in the home of tango, Buenos Aires. We played to packed audiences, often filled with young women who were invigorated by our message and our music. Solidaridad also loves to share our passion for tango with you. So if you want to book workshops or educationals, we offer something for all ages, whether it's tango history or how to play tango violin or the double bass. Or if you'd like to find out about the passion of tango dancing, we got something for you.
Me preguntan si el olvido me curó de ti y entre los vientos se van mis quejas muriendo en ecos buscándote mientras que lejos otros brazos y otros besos te aprisionan y me dicen que ya nunca has de volver.
This is what supporting women in the arts looks like.
Created in 2022 by Montreal-based company and our next showcasing group, Ebb and Flow, La Probabilité brings together 8 virtuoso street dancers, Banks, BB Man, Jigsaw, Kitty, Kosi, Tea Leaf, Hurricane Tina, and Ross, who magnificently inhabit the choreographic work of Alexandra Spicy. This 60-minute performance probes deep questions. Will the indifference to the other get the better of us? How can we make sense of our actions when we witness extreme situations that drive us to the edge of nothingness? Continuing her exploration of the human psyche, Spicy grounds the genesis of this work in the bystander effect. Spicy asks the question, is the witness an observer or an accomplice? And continues to blur the lines and perspectives depending on who is watching. With its incisive dance, La Probabilité challenges our perceptions, our judgments, and the consequences of our choices. In the strange possibility of our own self-destruction, it also reminds us of our luminous capacity for resilience and resistance.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Spicy Lande. I'm so happy to be among you guys today. I am the choreographer and artistic director of Ebb and Flow Dance Company. The company has been in existence since 2015. Next year, we're celebrating 10 years of creation, production of hip hop stage work. I'm really excited to present to you La Probabilité du Néant, a piece that was presented by Danse Danse in 2021. It's a piece that was a long process, very long, but such a deep process. Of course, it stemmed from the pandemic. It's a piece that has 8 dancers on stage with also our composer Shashu, who's a really well-known street dance composer. And he's on stage with us doing the performance. La probabilité dwells into bystander effect. I was really, really curious in the position of the witness in that social phenomena. And the whole piece deals with being a witness of things that happens in the world, of like all the tragedies that happened to around the pandemic. It's a very strange world, but a very curious world and a very eclectic world. And it moves with dancers that are very expressive, that have their own things to say through body movement and play. All of their individualism and individualistic style of improvisation is also woven into my choreography and my choreographic language. So it's really, you're stepping into a universe and it's filled with energy, culture, and hip hop music and movement. I'm excited for you guys to discover it. Thank you so much for listening to me. And thank you, Yael and Resonance, for always having my back and representing the work.
For many years now, we collaborate with Ebb and Flow to bring their bold choreographic signature to audiences across Canada and beyond. My name is Yael. I'm dance director and agent at Agence Résonance. You can find all relevant information on La Probabilité du Néant on our website at agenceresonance.com, and please reach out if you have any questions. Many thanks.
Welcome the festive season with a mix of holiday classics and original songs from our next artist, stylistic, award-winning singer-songwriter Kelly Lee Evans. Having tackled everything from jazz to R&B and pop, she is an act not to be missed. The Latin Jazz Network describes her as having a gorgeous voice that rises up to the heavens in a rapturous wonder, as if consanguinity with a chorus of angels. With 7 albums to her name, including her tribute to the legendary Nina Simone, which won her a Juno Award, her music only gets better by experiencing it live in person. This is the ultimate gift. What could be better than warming up with the soothing sounds of one of the Canada's finest voices?
Hello, my name is Kelly Lee Evans, and I'm a Juno Award-winning singer-songwriter in the jazz soul realm. Growing up as an only child to a single mom in Scarborough, Christmas for me was often spent alone. I can still remember opening gifts with my mom on the telephone as she worked long hours as a nurse. But still, it was an amazing time of year because I spent time listening to all her Christmas albums and watching all these holiday movies and really falling in love with that time and the magic of that time. And I grew up dreaming of having a Christmas show, a Christmas extravaganza that I could share with others and to bring that magic of that time to others. So join me now as I present Winter Song.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stockings there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. Oh, I just want you for my own, more than you will ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, baby, all the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air, and everyone is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ring. Santa, won't you please bring the one I need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Yeah. I won't ask for much this Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just want to see my baby standing right outside my door. Oh, I just want you for my own, more than you will ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, baby, is you. Yeah. All I want for Christmas is you. The snow is snowing, the wind is blowing, but I can weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I got my love to keep me warm. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Said Santa to a little child, what would please you most to get? They said a little baby doll that can cry, sleep, drink, and wet. Who then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a saber jet. Yeah, run, run, Rudolph, I'm reading like a merry-go-round. Yeah.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of Winter Song and that it sparked some ideas on how you can bring this holiday magic to your winter programming. It's a show that can be presented in any format, from a duo to adding strings and special guests, and it appeals to all ages. I look forward to hearing from you. Take good care.
Up next, Julian Taylor. Julian Taylor is an award-winning Canadian singer-songwriter from Toronto. He has earned 3 Juno nominations, a pair of Canadian Folk Music Awards, 5 Native American Music Award nominations, and a nomination for the Polaris Music Prize. Julian Taylor's performance is a soulful journey through blues, roots, and folk music. With his warm baritone voice and captivating stage presence, Julian delivers heartfelt songs that resonate deeply with audiences. His storytelling and genre blending style create an unforgettable experience touching on themes of resilience, hope, and connection. Julian's show promises an authentic, emotionally charged performance that leaves a lasting impression. The Globe and Mail said in an article Taylor is a unique and important voice on the Canadian roots and folk scene. Please enjoy Julian Taylor.
You are a star and you are hope. Smoke signals in the air evoke that from the darkest depths that our hearts can be freed. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Somehow, everything eventually dreams. Someday, somehow, everyone eventually dreams. Someday, somehow, everything eventually dreams. Someday, somehow, everyone eventually dreams. Someday. You know what's your name? Your turn. She said, like I'm off to the flame. I'm married to the flag. I said, what's your name? Your turn. Like I'm off to the flame. I'm married to the flag. Crazy sky like that should be locked up in a vault without a key. Am I winning? Am I losing? I don't even know the score. There's too much of everything. Who could ask for anything more? I said, give it up for that fever. And I would never leave her. Said, give it up for that fever. And I would never leave her. Give me of it, baby. Everyone's got their own cross to bear. Like a heavy big heart on a snare, or a river that's incrossable. Without your love, impossible. Oh yeah, give it up for that fever. And I would never leave her. Give it up for that fever. Well, I would never leave her. Traveling all through the night down the Trans-Canada Highway. 8 hours of road signs set to 5 days in May. Traveling from one town to the next, playing follow the leader. How I love couldn't get any sweeter. Stopped to hear Chief Dan George speak at the mission powwow.
Our next presentation comes from the Eliana Cuevas and Jeremy Ledbetter duo. This duo unveils their musical chemistry in a very intimate way by featuring a unique and soulful take on Latin American music with a focus on Venezuelan folkloric repertoire. Their music is jazz-infused, acoustic, and showcases original compositions and some of the most beloved Venezuelan traditional songs. While their performances can be playful and adventurous and spontaneous, they can also be very moving at times, allowing their audiences to experience a wide range of emotions.
Hello, my name is Eliana Cuevas and I'm here with Jeremy Ledbetter. We present a unique and soulful take on Latin American music with a focus on Venezuela, and we perform original compositions as well as some of the most beloved Venezuelan traditional songs.
We're not presenting strictly traditional Venezuelan folklore. We're taking those songs and we're adding jazz and modern influences to it and presenting it in a duo format, piano and voice. Our performances are playful and adventurous and spontaneous, also sometimes very deeply emotional and raw. So it's an intimate experience. It's musically sophisticated. Our audiences come as strangers and they leave as our friends.
And they also leave knowing a bit more about Venezuela. And Venezuela is a beautiful and very rich country. And unfortunately, recently it's been making the headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. So with this show, I am taking it as an opportunity to elevate my country and to present to the world some of the beauty that Venezuela has to offer.
We hope you'll enjoy what we'll show you next. Here comes a little taste of what we do. We look forward to meeting you in person and bringing our music to your audience.
Yes, hope to see you soon.
La luna busca la sombra y no la puede encontrar. La luna busca la sombra y no la puede encontrar. Porque la sombra se esconde. Detrás de la madrugada, porque la sombra se esconde detrás de la madrugada. No llores más, nube de agua, silencia tanta amargura. Y toda pena se cura. No pedía agua, lucerito. Si a mi negra le clavo los ojos, se pone más roja que un paraguatán, cuyas flores incendio del bosque, estación de abejas, licor de panal. Si me rozo con ella en el baile, me sube al cocote un enorme calor. Porque hornalla trapiche mi negra, que vuelve ceniza mi leña de amor. Si a mi negra le clavo los ojos, se pone más roja que el paraguatán, cuyas flores incendió el bosque, estación de aves, el licor de panal. Si me rozo con ella en el baile, me subo al cocote en enorme calor, porque en ella trepicha mi negra que vuelve ceniza mi leña de amor. Cuando baila mi negra y juro que la masa patea dentro de mí, copas de punta y talón, porque son de la que el principín. Con negra se mueve la cadera, mi negra que me hace perder la razón. Corre chacota y se mueve la cadera, mi negra que me hace perder la razón. Cuando baila mi negra y juro que la masa patea por dentro de mí, copas de punta y talón, porque son de la que el principín. Con negra se mueve la cadera, mi negra que me hace perder la razón. Corre chacota y se mueve la cadera, mi negra que me hace perder la razón.
Thank you. Our next artist showcase comes from Johnny McNamara Walker. Walker is a queer writer and performer from Toronto. His new solo show, The Heterosexuals, has been performed in Toronto, Edmonton, Victoria, Vancouver, Dublin, and Atlanta, Georgia, where it received the Audience Favorite Award at Lavender Fest. In The Heterosexuals, Walker invites us to join a secret meeting in which 100% queer audience must determine what it is to be done, once and for all, about those pesky heterosexuals. As the likelihood of such an audience is essentially nil, hetero audience members get the delicious opportunity to ditch their identities for an hour, join the club, and be complicit in their own roast. Combining elements of stand-up, storytelling, and satire, The Heterosexuals is here to spill the tea on what the queers really think about the straights.
We're here. We're exclusively queer. Now, what are we gonna do about the heterosexuals? I'm Johnny McNamara Walker. I'm a writer and performer from Toronto, and I've been producing my own work for the stage for almost 20 years. My body of work includes the epic gonzo true crime fantasia Shove It Down My Throat, which was produced at Buddies in Bad Times Theater's 2019 season, and also an intimate coming-of-age solo show called Redheaded Stepchild, which I toured across Canada for about a decade, and which is available in print from Playwrights Canada Press. For the past 2 years, I've been touring a new show called The Heterosexuals. It's another solo show suitable for a 14-plus audience, and it's part satire, part stand-up, part storytelling, part vicious roast of straight culture. In the world of the show, I'm holding a secret meeting, and I'm speaking directly to the audience, who I am confident are all devoted members of the 2SLGBTQ+ community. How great is it to finally be able to talk about the things that we all know, but don't discuss in mixed company? Like how lesbians all have the ability to teleport, but choose not to use it for reasons they'd rather not discuss. So the effect this creates is that it's fun for the queer people in the room because they're already in on the joke, but it's also fun for the straight people in the room because they get to become part of a club they wouldn't usually get to be a member of. My babes, the straights are not okay. I created the show in 2022. Because of the pandemic, I hadn't done a new show in a long time, but a friend who was running a venue at the Edmonton Fringe asked if I had a show I was thinking of bringing to the festival that year. And the honest answer was no, but I lied and said yes. How many times does a coworker have to invite you to an office party that is both a party for people who work in the same office and a party that is themed off of the TV show The Office? Before you just grab them by the polo collar and scream in their ridiculous faces, "Change your whole life, honey!" Since then, I've performed the show in Toronto, Vancouver, Victoria, Rochester, New York, Dublin, Ireland, Atlanta, Georgia, where I won the Audience Favorite Award at Lavender Fest, and earlier this year, a return engagement at the Edmonton Fringe, where I had a sold-out run and where the show was scouted by the Soho Playhouse in New York for their Fringe Encore series, which means a potential off-Broadway run in 2025. This show has been designed for maximum tourability. I can fit the entire thing in my carry-on. The only person traveling is me, and the only things on stage are me, a plaid shirt, and a chair, which I borrow from the venue. The tech is very simple, a dozen sound cues, 16 lighting cues, and a 3-hour tech rehearsal. My fee structure is $1,000 per show, which is negotiable for bookings of multiple performances, plus travel, accommodations, and a per diem. My booking availability is wide open, and I'm happy to share a tech rider, full budget, and to apply for travel funding where eligible. As well as being a theater artist, I have over a decade of experience as a nightclub DJ. So earlier this year, when I performed The Heterosexuals at the Massey Theater in Vancouver, they actually booked me to DJ the after party as well. I also have a lot of experience mentoring emerging playwrights. So if there's ever an opportunity to meet with young artists, especially emerging queer voices, whether for an informal Q&A session or a more structured talk on solo show creation, I always find those experiences especially rewarding. The audience response to The Heterosexuals has been incredible. People will come find me after the show and tell me that they're queer and watching it was cathartic, that they're straight and watching it was cathartic, that they're gonna go home and call up that queer friend that they had a falling out with. Or my personal favorite, that they attended the show with their partner and they walked into the theater both identifying as a heterosexual couple, and then they walked out of the theater and turned to each other and both said, hey, we're both actually queer, right?
Our next group, the Venushi String Quartet, is comprised of 4 of the busiest classical musicians in Toronto: violinists Rebecca Volkstein and Drew Jureka, violist Shannon Knights, and cellist Amal Arulandanam. Grounded in the rigors of classical training, these artists have performed with ensembles such as the Toronto Symphony Orchestra, the Canadian Opera Company, the National Ballet, and Tafel Music. Pooling their interests in many genres, they're able to switch effortlessly between jazz, contemporary, world, and classical styles. Remarkable for the breadth of his repertoire, the Venushi Quartet performs masterworks of the quartet canon alongside arrangements and new music written by Drew Jureka, who is also a Grammy-nominated arranger and composer. Their mastery of multiple styles has led to performances with such artists as Sarah McLennan, Royal Woods, Justin Gray, Leila Bialy, as well as the Griffon Trio, the Art of Time Ensemble, and many more.
We are the Venuti String Quartet. We are named after the great Joe Venuti, who was a classically trained violinist, who also was a pioneering jazz violinist. We're inspired by crossover artists like that because we also are classically trained, but we love to play all kinds of different styles of music.
This piece that you're listening to right now was written by our very own Drew Jureka.
In addition to the quartet written by Drew, we'll be presenting an engaging and eclectic program of a variety of music, including Roma music arranged by our very own Rebecca Volkstein. String quartet written by the great 20th century Jewish composer Erwin Schulhoff, where very much like Drew's quartet, each movement is inspired by an entirely different style or genre of music.
Under the spell of the vibrant city of Montreal, two passionate, energetic, and complementary young musicians formed our next showing group, Stick and Bow. Both classically trained Canadian Cristina Marco and Argentine Juan Sebastian Delgado are winners of two prestigious Opus 2024 awards for Artist of the Year and Outreach Abroad, and have joined forces to present a wide range of musical styles. Stick and Bow stands out for their strong stage presence, sincere contact, and audiences, elaborate stagecraft, and eclectic repertoire. All the Madmen questions the world in which we evolve today, one that is alarmingly scary. As artists, we have a platform through the stage, and we see this as a responsibility. In this staged concert, they question the notion of madness, a label, so often attached to artists. Why is this person who dares to speak out, dares criticize, and dares of change considered insane? This question is essential today, and Stick and Bow brings together texts and music full of complex and diverse emotions to reflect on the matter.
Hello everyone, my name is Juan Sebastian Delgado. I'm originally from Argentina, but I've been living in Montreal for the last 12 years, and I'm the cellist of Stick and Bow.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm the marimba player in Stick and Bow. I'm a French Canadian. I've lived in France and in Canada, doing a PhD over there on the relationship between theater, dance, and music on stage to try and build new experiences in music. All the Man is Stick and Bow's latest show, and the name is based off a song of David Bowie. In this immersive experience, thanks to lighting, thanks to the connection between the pieces, thanks to poetry and text, we really bring the audience in an immersive experience where they have to enter in a journey with us. So the music goes in many different range of emotions and of intention, energy. But we also present poetry, present the voice of strong artists such as Nina Simone, such as John Lennon. And thanks to all of these different experiences, we try to question what craziness means today in a world that is a bit crazy, that we need to question. Where are we going? So we are Stick and Bow, and we're very proud to say that we've been awarded the prize for Artist of the Year in the Opus Quebec Prizes 2024.
And also the prize International Achievement for all of our international touring and activity.
And we're actually leaving in 1 week for a tour of Northern Ontario, so we're very happy to be exploring this region of Canada.
So touring with Stick and Bow is not that bad, though you might be thinking, oh, a chill in a marimba. But we do a lot of driving. Yes, we have a big car, and we only use one hotel room.
So now the technical aspect of this. A marimba looks very impressive, but it's actually very fast to put together and to tear down. So that's easy. And this concert can actually be presented in a regular concert hall where there's no lights, we can do that. Or if we have the chance to play more in a black box where you actually have the lighting, the smoke machine, we definitely have everything to be able to bring it that way.
With Stick and Bow, we love to feature repertoire that spans from different eras and different styles, from Bach to Nina Simone, from Beethoven to David Bowie. Stick and Bow audience is in fact very wide and diverse, and I like to use the word diverse because thanks to the selection of our repertoire, we reach out to people from different ages and also different cultural backgrounds.
Aside from all the madmen, Stick and Bow has a show for youth and family audiences called Bavella. Bavella is a story of a cat that travels the world and discovers and explores music from all around the world, different cultures. It's a great way to be able to reach communities, to play in schools, and to do activities aside from the shows.
With Stick and Bow, we also love to engage with university students. Christina and myself, we both did our master's and PhD studies in performance, and therefore we love to share our passion and knowledge of our respective instruments.
Punchline, a solo performance by our next artist, Jacques Paulin Denis, brings the comedic flair of a one-man show with the intimacy of a heartfelt confession and the expressive power of dance. Hailing from Montreal, Paulin Denis, a French-speaking choreographer originally from Saskatchewan, presents this piece as an artist talk, sharing his reflections in life and occasionally losing himself in thought. Through ironic, insightful, and humorous stories, he unveils characters that embody multifaceted nature of our existence. Blurring the line between reality and fiction, he transforms inner monologues into powerful sensory experiences. Punchline is a celebration of storytelling imagination, and the joy of unexpected twists, acknowledging our need to create, believe in fiction, and disguise reality to make it more bearable.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Jacques Poulain-Denis. I'm Artistic Director of Grand Pony Dance Company in Montreal and choreographer and performer of Punchline, the solo which I'd like to talk to you about today. I'm originally from Saskatchewan, where I grew up. I grew up in Saskatoon before moving to Quebec and Montreal, where I found the company Grand Pony. I make interdisciplinary work that's based in dance, but also theater and music. I compose music, and I've also studied theater, and I like to use words and text to express a more, rational idea in conjunction with a more abstract movement of dance. Punchline is a very interdisciplinary piece because it's very much on the fine line between dance and performance. It's very theatrical, very much spoken. Then it flips to this more, subconscious part of the character, more intuitive and more abstract. And this is where I use dance to express this side of the character. Punchline is a very autobiographical piece. I say autobiographical because the piece obviously is very close to me and who I am. One aspect of my practice is my disability. I became disabled when I started my career in 1999. And so this aspect has always followed me in my work and is very much exposed in Punchline. I talk about avoidance and how we must accept who we are or work towards accepting who we are as we are. And so this obviously is part of what I've been working on these last few years. And in Punchline, I feel like I've come to a point where I can really address head on this part of my life, my disability and disability in general. In Punchline, I use comedy and I allude to stand-up comedy quite a bit to create this character that's very open to the audience and that's looking to interact and connect with the audience. So in a way, it starts with a very frontal, like a facade, which breaks away, tears away slowly as the piece progresses to reveal a more intimate and personal part of the character, part of myself. I'm trying to do it in a way that's open for anybody to also project their own lives and their own secrets and their own dark, shadowy parts of their lives and try to shine some light on those. So I guess that the piece talks about avoidance in a way because we use humor or jokes quite often to distract from more painful or more difficult situations that we're in. I guess in Punchline, I'm trying to break this apart and really take a look at what's behind the laughs and the humor and see what's real about this character, about this human that's standing before us. So it's important for me that the piece be very communicative and very direct. I'm trying to establish a very direct connection with the audience, which is why I'm by myself. It's a solo piece, so we strip the stage free from all unnecessary things. I'm just accompanied by a stool and a microphone. So I wanted to create this environment where I'm in danger in a way, like I'm very exposed, very vulnerable. I guess vulnerability is also a very important part of this piece. So it's a very flexible piece, very adaptive piece, both in length. I can play with the structure, have some liberty with the structure so that I can adapt it to the different settings, whether it's a proscenium stage theater or cabaret. I wanted to create a piece that was very easy to move around and easy to present because it's important that it just gets presented and connects with the audience. Technically, it's very simple, a small team on tour. I just want to be loved by myself so that I can interact with the audience. Punchline can be performed in French or in English, and I look forward to presenting the piece to the audience in your part of the country soon. Thank you for listening and have a great conference.
Allô? C'est ça. J'ai pas toujours eu ce corps. J'ai fait des changements. J'ai apporté quelques modifications.
Hi, My name is Yael, and as dance director and agent at Agence Résonance, I want to make sure you know that we are fully available should you have any questions about Punchline. We proudly support Jacques Poulain-Denis' work for some years now, and we have all the information about his work on our website at agenceresonance.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Our next showcasing artist, Tina Leon, is a singer-songwriter from Montreal who draws her inspiration from Motown generation and the soul music of the last decades. Having already sung and collaborated with Stevie Wonder, DJ Champion, and Guru under the artist name of Marie-Christine Depestre, she now appears in a new light, more authentic and full of life ever. In reference to the nickname given to her by her family and an homage to her maternal grandmother, this choice of a new stage name is a way for her to fully express her personality, to assert her art, and thus to find a form of balance. Describing it as a rainbow of soul, her two EPs, Push and Pull, are a colorful journey through jazzy, funk, pop rhythms with rich and enchanting melodies. Her debut album will be released in autumn 2024.
Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Tina Leon and I am a singer and songwriter from Montreal, specialized I would say in soul and R&B music influenced by the Motown era and from the soul music from the 60s till today. I've released 2 EPs, Push and Pull, that came out in 2022 and then 2023. And in the coming months, a full-length album will be coming out. So yeah, I am looking forward to visiting you guys in Ontario because currently I'm touring all over Quebec, but I would love it if I could come visit you guys. So hopefully see you soon.
Questions burning, running through my head. I just couldn't stand having regrets. And life is too short, and we owe it to ourselves to live it, live I should be enough. Oh, I should be enough. The good, the bad, and at the end of each day, I should be enough. I should
Good morning, everyone. My name is Benjamin Mascott. I am Tina's agent, and I hope you've enjoyed her presentation so far. Tina will be touring all across the province of Quebec this coming fall with over 25 confirmed dates in small to mid-sized theaters. She will also be going to British Columbia next summer, hitting some outdoor free-to-the-public events, and will be returning to the province in the winter of 2026 for another tour of indoor venues. Her full touring band is a 5-piece featuring her lead vocals, backup vocalist, keyboards, drums, and bass. We can also do it as a 4-piece minus the backup singer. Tina performed in Ontario last summer at the Sunfest Music Festival and will be a showcasing artist this coming November at Mondial Montreal. We are working very hard to develop her presence across Canada, and we look forward to working with all of you very soon.
Hold me like you used to. So please forget your burden, your worries.
Up next is Aqua Nibi Wawasconi. Aqua's Red Rhythm and Blues, based out of Toronto, is indigiqueer music inspired by Aqua's life, experience as an Anishinaabe two-spirit overcoming intergenerational trauma, homelessness, addictions, mental health, violence, and traumatic brain injuries. This trio weaves the soothing sounds of strings and unforgettable harmonies into universal language of love. Their music is rooted in Indigenous stories of resilience, and the poetry of their lyrics is illuminated by their fancy shawl dancer. As they take the stage, they educate and are a symbol of reconciliation on our shared lands. They invite the audience to engage in a meaningful way and create space for healing. Their music is a beautiful blend of soul, blues, and folk, woven with the deep resonance of hand drum. Bringing together multiple traditions, they span many generations. Red Rhythm and Blues is based out of Toronto and creates soul music made of magic.
Ani, hi, I'm Aqua Nibiwa Waskane, and I am the creator, lead vocalist, and Indigenous hand drummer for Aqua's Red Rhythm and Blues. I am Anishinaabe, I'm Ojibwe, Irish, and French, and I'm also two-spirit and queer. The music that I create is so beautiful. Honestly, I think it's soul music made of magic. The stories that I write come to me in a time of deep struggle. I have struggled with addictions and am now 8 years sober. I've struggled with mental health and tried to leave before it was my time. I was raised under the poverty line in Canada and wasn't able to take any music lessons. And to this day, I still can't read or write music, but I compose all my own original melodies and lyrics. The poetry that flows out of me truly is medicine. When I perform on stage with my band, my guitarist, violinist, and fancy shawl dancer, it is transformative. It is so healing. I've had countless people come to me after performing and say, I thought about leaving. I went through something in my life and I didn't think I was gonna make it. And your music made me feel not alone. Your music made me feel seen and heard. I truly believe that music is the universal language of love and that it saves lives. I think we've all faced things in our life that we just weren't sure if we could get through. My music is a testament that we can. It's about resilience. It's about gratitude. And I infuse language into my performances. I infuse education into my performances so Indigenous and non-Indigenous can learn about me, my culture. I'm fortunate that I teach hand drumming and how to make drums. My dancer teaches how to do powwow dance. We really are a symbol of reconciliation, being half Indigenous and half non-Indigenous as a band. We have definitely worked with young audiences in schools and community centers, and we bring our own gear, really simple setup, really engaging, getting the kids up on their feet, dancing and singing with us. It's incredible. And usually they don't stop talking about us after we leave. We've also been so fortunate to travel in Canada and go to huge festivals and venues outside and have people, rallying for our culture, the Indigenous people of this land. It really is relevant to anyone, no matter who they are in the audience. And when in those cases, we do require our own tech to be provided by the venue, 3 monitors, 3 mics, a DI for the guitar, and 1 for the violin. Very simple. We do have a range of fees from $1,000 to $3,000 plus HST, and that is because sometimes I'm brought in as a solo artist, duo, trio, or the entire band with my dancer, which is 4 of us. We are definitely open and able to tour. Our dates are very open, and essentially we just need per diems, mileage, and accommodations when it's any sort of event that takes place over a span of multiple days, and we need to travel for more than just 1 day. My bandmates are located in Toronto, and I am on the traditional territories of the Mississauga of Shkoogog First Nation. I'm very excited for you to take a look at our medicine music, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Miigwech.
Bury me deep, let me rest in peace. Bury me deep, deep, deep underwater, deep, deep, deep below the surface, deep, deep, deep in the darkness, deep, deep, deep behind my secrets, deep, deep, deep underwater, deep, deep, deep below the surface, deep, deep, deep in the darkness, deep, deep, deep behind my secrets, deep, 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 oh, behind my secrets, in the darkness of the water, below the surface. Bury me deep, bury me deep, bury me deep.
Up next is Vazari Arts Co. Vazari is a Toronto-based contemporary dance company presenting their first full-length work as part of the Citadel's 2024-25 season this February. Everything I Wanted to Tell You. The work is created by up-and-coming choreographer Jessie Garon in collaboration with Dora Award-winning dancers Sully Maybelle Prolu and Jurette Siddall. With sound design by Birds of Bellwood's frontman Stephen Joff, Jessie is active as both a creator and dancer working with artists from across the country. Her pieces have been presented to critical acclaim on stages, arenas, and screens across Canada and abroad. Her work incites the potential of dance virtuosity, rigor, and spectacle to cultivate empathy through the joint adventure of performance.
My name is Jessie Guerin, and I'm the artistic director of Vazari. Everything I wanted to tell you evolved from my interest in reconciling the mercurial nature of our closest relationships with the active responsibility and care they require. The work is deeply connected to my upbringing on a homestead family farm where my family has been for over 120 years. My siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, parents, and grandparents have lived and worked together there for 6 generations. Growing up in this environment taught me obligation to people around me. Now, in a time when setting boundaries and cutting ties is more encouraged, what if we engage with tension instead? What is actually required to evolve with people over time? Everything I Wanted to Tell You is an unflinching look at these ties that bind. The work is rigorous, athletic, involving a lot of partner work and demanding a high level of technique and physical capacity from the dancers as well as the emotional acrobatics. It is a 60-minute duet created in collaboration with the Dora Award-winning dancers Jarrett Siddall and Sully Maybelle Prolu, and best suited to audiences aged 14 and above. It is accessible for deaf and hard-of-hearing audiences. All spoken text in the work is also signed by the dancers in American Sign Language. The work can be presented in English or French. The work is performed in shoes, and the set consists of wooden and cardboard boxes. The shoes make it possible for the piece to be done indoor or outdoor on different surfaces. The modular nature of that set makes it highly adaptable. A technically reduced version is available, as well as excerpts. We are happy to try and find the best fit for your venue. We love slow touring and happily offer a large array of workshops and outreach activities tailored to your community.
Next up, Anthea Favor is a Kingston based folk musician, music educator, and multi instrumentalist. Knitting together the old and the new, Anthea's music original combines the syncopated rhythms of her favorite folk traditions with impressionistic lyrics that reflect themes both timeless and timely. From icicles falling on head to long lost family letters, her songs shift deftly between bleakness and hope. An up and coming songwriter, she recently completed an East Coast tour where she participated in a song camp facilitated by Mo Kenny and Joel Plaskett and performed at the Lunenburg Folk Harbor Festival. Anthea's first full length album, Summer's Morning, is set to release in September 2024. Summer's Morning is a collection of 8 original and 2 traditional songs that explore experiences of love through the lens of trauma and process of recovery. Tied together by this wider theme, the songs reflect on mental illness, environmentalism, existentialism, isolation, and connection.
Hi, how are you doing? I'm Anthea Fever, a folk singer-songwriter from Kingston, Ontario. I'm really happy for the opportunity to be presenting my music to you today. My first album, Summer's Morning, is out as of September 20th, and I'm going to be touring these songs through the rest of 2024 and 2025. Inspired by traditional folk ballads from North America and the British Isles, the songs are about the process of healing from very deep trauma. And my goal when I perform these songs is to create a unique connection between myself and the people in front of me as we share stories and feelings that are vulnerable and personal, but also collective, and as old as the songs about them. I love writing songs for people to sing along to, laugh along to, dance along to, and cry along to. I hope you enjoy listening to some of these songs and maybe doing some of those things yourself.
Oh, come to my bed, pour your fairy dust over my head. Leave your shadow in my drawer and take me by the hand out the door, my bedtime story. Tell me of the places you've been and every little thing you've seen, and maybe now you won't do that alone. You can show me all your dark and I'll let you see all my scars, and each of us will call each other home, my bedtime story. We can delve into the forest, everybody will ignore us. You can build a nest up in the trees. I have never been afraid of dying, but I am afraid of trying just to be shoved back on my knees, my bedtime story. I can teach you how to rhyme, and you can teach me how to fly, and we will be poets up in the sky. You've spent your life believing you're only made for leaving, and stay by your side until I die, my bedtime story. Oh, come to my bed, pour your fairy dust over my head. Leave your shadow in my drawer and take me by the hand out the door. Oh, come to my bed, pour your fairy dust over my head. Leave your shadow in my drawer and take me by the hand out the door, my bedtime story. It was that very first December. The shape of the kitchen is all I remember. How you would bear me to your apartment, stop at the store for a reason to start with. You'd kiss me just to see if it made you feel young. Then list the ways our being together was not so wrong. I would have married you that summer, hiding your messages from my mother under the cherry blossom cover. I could believe we were made for each other. You lose your nerve and tell me it's time to go home. I'd reassure, compellingly frightened to be alone.
Up Up next, Toronto-based alt-indie band Tiger Balmain combines the grounding forces of drums, guitars, and bass with shimmering vibraphone, harp, and soaring harmonies to create sonic spaces of tender resilience. Composed of Asian identifying women and non binary musicians, the band released their debut album, the self titled Tiger Balmain, in 2022. Their music has received national radio play, CBC Music, CBC Radio 1, CJRU, and coverage CBC, Range, Dominionated. Their warm performance style has seen them fill venerated Toronto venues with local and international acts, and they have taken the stage at NXNE, Venus Fest, Pop Montreal, ROM After Dark, and Hughes Room Live.
To control myself.
Hi, we're Tiger Bomb, a band and collective of 4 East Asian identifying females and non-binary musicians based in Toronto. Since 2018, we've been performing at festivals and venerable venues around Toronto and Southern Ontario. And with our second album in the works, we're looking to bring our unique blend of alt-indie chamber pop to new audiences. Tiger Bomb was founded as a safe space for us to explore our voices and stories as first and second generation immigrants in Canada. We all write songs and take turns singing lead vocals and feature our signature instrumentation. Esther on guitar, Danielle Sum on mallets and vibraphone, Anda Zhang on harp, Yang Chen on drums, and Brandon Davis or Mira Roselli on bass guitar. In community, together, we created songs we could only sing because we had found each other.
We found our audience felt the same way about our music that we did. Before we had even recorded one song, we built a dedicated following of young adults looking for a place to experience tender healing and rowdy, joyful community. People told us they left our shows feeling held and hurt. Then came our debut album in 2022, sharing bills with artists like Madison McFerrin, Hannah Georges, and Cut Sleeves, filling rooms at the Transac and Burdock, and being invited to play North by Northeast, Pop Montreal, and ROM After Dark.
With our second album and an official FMO showcase on the way, we've streamlined our performance package to a tight 45-minute set. We can plug and play, although we really prefer a 30-minute load-in and 45-minute sound check. We've also standardized our performance fees. In addition to touring and playing festivals, we'd love to find more opportunities for community outreach, running writing workshops for all ages, and partnering with organizations that share our vision.
Hello, my name is Esther Pois. My favorite genres to write for the band include soft rock and what I like to call blues, clues, Arthurcore. Here's a clip of my song called Angelo.
For Tiger Bomb. I like to play classical and contemporary music and improvised music. I have started to songwrite, which you will hear on our upcoming releases. Thanks for taking the time to get to know us.
Hi, my name is Danielle, I play mallets and I sing in Tiger Bomb. Coming from a classical percussion background, contributing tracks to our debut album and continuing to write for our second one. Please enjoy this clip of us playing my song Golden Repair.
And I am the harpist and one of the vocalists in Tiger Bomb. The band has been such a safe and nurturing space to build community and explore our stories and our artistry, getting to translate that on stage for our audiences to explore their own stories as well has been really the greatest thrill, and I hope you enjoy this little clip from my song, All Eyes Open.
Tiger Balm was born from creating something together we never thought could exist. We'd love to see what kind of joy, healing, and community we can create next, and we'd love for you to be a part of that with us.
Our final artist showcase, Schmaltz and Pepper, is a unique klezmer and Yiddish swing band of 5 top virtuoso soloists, which Classical 96.3 called a shining example of musical brilliance. The members are Toronto Symphony principal clarinetist Eric, violinist and vocalist and award-winning composer Rebecca Volkstein, Juno-nominated bassist Michael Herring, Juno Award-winning pianist Jeremy Ledbetter, and Grammy-nominated Drew Jureka on Band 1, violin, mandolin, and vocals. They take klezmer music into new frontiers, surprising listeners with mashups such as Gefilte Few, which features klezmer and counterpoint Mozart, the Mensch, which klezmerizes. Some of the composer's most well-known melodies, there is even an Irish klezmer dance that manages to sound both Irish and Jewish at the same time. This ensemble is redefining the traditional boundaries of Yiddish music, blending the classical mastery with innovative compositions and soulful arrangements. In words of reviewer Paula Citron, this is a superstar ensemble in the making.
Schmaltz and Pepper is a new Toronto ensemble playing klezmer music inspired by jazz, Roma, classical, and European folk traditions. This powerhouse group is Toronto Symphony Orchestra principal clarinetist Eric Abramovich, Grammy-nominated Drew Jureka on violin, accordion, and mandolin, Juno-winning pianist Jeremy Ledbetter, superstar bassist Michael Herring, and Peadora violinist vocalist Rebecca Volkstein.
I tried to bridge a little bit my life as a classical musician and as a klezmer musician, and this tune is, I named it Mozart the Mensch. It is well documented that Mozart was not a mensch. He was no stranger to vulgarity, he basked in it. This tune explores 2 questions. What would his music sound like if he was indeed a mensch and also Jewish?
This one is a tune that Drew and I wrote together. It's about somebody who really wants to please their parents, but somehow every single guy that they date turns out to be perfectly wrong for them. They're all musicians in the end.
I've been on many a date in search of a mate who I know you'd approve of, mama. But try as I might, no one's ever quite right. So I'm dealing with your melodrama.
You told me to be keenest on a man with a big paycheck. Because without proper funding, life would be a wreck. The banker was a catch with his impressive pedigree. But when I asked about his job, he said it's not for me. I plan to leave the business as soon as I am able. He'd rather be a pianist who's financially unstable. I'm sorry, Mama. Despite our plans and best intentions, I just can't find him, the man of our dreams. Mama, believe me, your opinion matters to me, but every single guy who catches my eye is never really what he seems.
The stories that we discovered when we were looking for inspiration was of Sidney Frumpkin, the son of a Hasidic family in Park Slope, Brooklyn, and ultimately became a professional and very well-regarded bullfighter. He rose to the rank of matador. Somebody asked him, why do you have Catholic nuns bless you before you fight? And he said, well, sure, I'm Jewish, but the bulls are Catholic.
And with that, we have reached the end of our final showcase and the closing of the 2024 virtual networking series. Thank you to everyone who could be here with us today and every day of this series. We deeply appreciate your time and hope that viewing today's work has inspired you to connect with some of these artists. If you're looking for more information about the artists from today's showcase, please check the digital handout or visit ontariopresents.ca. If you're eager to learn more about Ontario Presents and our block booking program, email us at info@ontariopresents.ca and we would be happy to give you some more information. Thank you to our funders, the Department of Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, and the Canada Council for the Arts. A warm thank you to you for joining us, and a very special thank you to all the artists and agents without whom today's showcase would not be possible. Finally, thank you to the OP staff, our video editor, and every other member of the VNS team who helped make this event possible. My name is Devanshi Mishra, and it was an absolute pleasure to be your host for the virtual networking series, Artist Showcases. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you again next year.